love Pete Buttigieg?
Because he's gay. I love gay people. And
nah, man.
It's Pride Month.
No, fuck
and
that.
I'm sorry, Pete, but he doesn't have a lot of charisma.
No, he's a fucking wet blanket, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
He just sucks.
Right?
And Logan had Donald Trump on, okay? And here's what Mike's thoughts were
Can I tell
on
you something
meeting
that
Trump.
scared me?
What?
I saw a video of Trump, like, going at Logan Paul, and then they, like, hugged and Trump smiled. And it kills me because I'm informed. I'm an informed liberal, okay? And I know I'm never voting for Trump, but you know what killed me is I had a moment where I was like, aw. And that, I knew that this moment that he did captured a lot of the young vote.
He had aura.
Like, dude, he looked too relatable.
My Twitter is just not
like
working.
He
maybe on...
That's this right here. This,
Yeah.
I saw this.
Wait, we know, bro. That's why we posted
But
it.
see, like, look at he may have just won the election on that alone.
No, in the election on this.
I'm just saying that moment was a relatable moment. Because I kind of liked him in that moment. I kind of liked him, but I'm not going to vote for him. Never would.
Anyway, here's what Mike said about meeting Trump. I haven't read this yet, so I'm sure this community is going to have a lot of shitting on Mike yesterday. One, after being all over anti-Trump to neutral to whatever, it was nice to finally meet him. We live in a world of headlines and misconceptions. It was fun to put those to rest. His aura is refined. Oh, Mike.
No, this is the problem.
And he
Hasan.
commands the room. He's also predictably much more relaxed and more fun in off-camera settings.
No,
After working hospitality his whole life, he's extremely accommodating and gives times to each person in the room individually.
Yeah, because he's charismatic. That's
It
the
would
thing.
have been. I know.
That's the problem.
No, I know that.
Voters vote based on charisma.
I know that.
Right?
I know that. That's what I'm
why
saying.
I love Obama so much. It's because he's charismatic.
Yeah.
Right? He could be.
Each person in the room individually, it would have been easy for him to talk only to Logan off camera, but he showed me equal love the whole time. His networking acumen and his room work is flawless. He also made sure we ate, and his chefs made us coconut shrimp, 9 out of 10 after the show. Trump and his team are finally leaning into neutrality messaging for 2024, which a ton of moderates had prayed for. Less fiery rhetoric. The Trump campaign's goal is to convince fence-sitters he is likable, while Biden's team has to prove that he's coherent. Trump, simply put, has the easier goal. I disagree with that. I do agree that, like, Trump won in 2016 because he came across as more moderate than the average Republican while simultaneously being infinitely more unhinged on issues like immigration and saying the quiet part out loud. A lot of people don't recognize this, and that is a correct analysis, except we're not in 2016 anymore. Okay? We're not in 2016. And in 2020, he tried to literally fucking push the same boundaries, and it didn't work because everybody was like, we know you're not a moderate, big dog. You were the president. Now, obviously, 4 years since his presidency, people have short memories. They forget. But ultimately, his rhetoric against Logan Paul and Mike was tempered in comparison to his rhetoric at his rallies. But we see his fucking rallies. His rallies where he talks about executing drug dealers. We hear the sentiment coming out of like how immigrants are poisoning the blood pool. Now, the issue is Mike doesn't know that. You know why he doesn't know that? Because nobody's fucking paying attention to the news. Because this election cycle absolutely sucks dog shit, okay? It sucks dog shit out of a goddamn straw. The normies don't see the rallies. The media can't like set up a coherent narrative against Donald Trump. The media can't set up a coherent narrative where they defend Joe Biden. And that is terrifying because Mike is like a normie. He is a complete fucking normie. Obviously, as a normie, when he meets Donald Trump, it's going to be very different. How normal can you be as you meet Donald Trump? But it's important. Why should the media pick sides? The media always picks sides. I'm not saying that like it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's usually a bad thing. But like, let's be for fucking real for a moment. Mike seems like a good guy, but he doesn't see the other side. Yes, when everybody's checked out of the news cycle and they've made up their minds about Trump or made up their minds about Biden, which everyone has at this point, ultimately, it's just like, Trump can get away with making it seem as though he is the more reasonable person in moments like the conversation that he had with Impulsive. Whereas we know
this is Trump's bread and butter shit like this.
Yeah.
He's really good at this.
He's very good at, he's a media person. He's a media
really
person. He knows how to fucking do media hits like this. In the time we spent with him off camera, he was always smiling, had a positive, upbeat vibe. He clearly understands that leading with a smile is a charm worth mastering. People like happy people. Say what you want about Trump's policies. That's a personal opinion. I respect yours. I simply am thankful for his time and and the love he showed us. Our invite is still open for Biden.
No shot Biden goes.
Whatever meeting, I have transcended politics. I don't care too much for picking sides at this juncture in life. Oh my God, Trump is really nice and really cool, guys. He was nice to me. I don't think you guys are understanding how devastating this is in general.
Yo, okay? Guys, I'm not saying
this isn't like me going like, fuck Mike, he should know better. I can have a conversation with Mike and describe to him how fucking damaging Trump's policies have been. But Mike is a representation of a lot of people that have completely checked out of politics in general. And the Democratic Party absolutely does a phenomenal fucking job. You guys have the expectation in a way that is not dissimilar to the Democrats and the Democratic Party loyalists. Okay? Democratic Party loyalists for people not paying attention to the marginal differences between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, not realizing that the overwhelming majority of Americans do think like this. So this is a significantly larger problem overall for American politics, American political discourse. It's beyond the fact that like Mike has these opinions. He's someone who I can talk to directly and change his mind on shit. But what you never factor in is that most people are not watching a fucking dumbass Twitch streamer talk about the news every goddamn day of the week. Most people are completely checked out and they see the ha-has. Okay? They see the goofs, they see the gaffes, they see Biden being old, and they sometimes see Trump having a funny moment. And that's fucking devastating. The other side of the conversation is that the Democrats have not even attempted to present their best foot forward. The Democrats have not even attempted to make a good argument as to why you should vote for the Democrats, because they are resting on the laurels of just simply being the harm reduction party that you can vote for because they're significantly better on the issue of abortion. Okay? On the issue of abortion, Democrats are like, we won this. We got this. This is our thing. The Republicans fucked up. So for that reason, paired up with the fact that they are completely uninterested in making any sort of significant positive change and pushing the envelope for progressive legislation, pushing policies in a positive direction, and showing people that they're like tangibly improving their material conditions in a way that they can see and demonstrating why it's good to vote for them. The Democratic Party is completely relying on the fact that they are not the party that stopped abortion. Okay? And the person that is leading that cause is also currently conducting an ethnic cleansing campaign in the worst way that you could possibly do in an effort to win re-election. He's not only fucking doing an ethnic cleansing campaign, which is like insane to begin with, right? Allowing Israel to bomb Gaza into oblivion, but he's also simultaneously doing it in the most like old man falling asleep at the wheel type way he possibly can, constantly fucking coming out with statements that he doesn't follow through on. Americans want like a strong leader, right? They want like a strong leader who is an elderly statesman. That's why they voted for Joe Biden. He's cooking his chances of being...
No, I just want somebody who's not Trump.
I know, but like Americans also... What is the quality of...
I kid you not.
What is the quality
vote for a fucking tuna sandwich.
Okay, but listen.
I don't give a shit. I'd rather have a tuna sandwich run the country than Trump.
Okay,
I really would.
Brother, you have to understand something though. What is the qualities of Trump that you hate the most? It's the chaos. It's the volatility. It's the instability. It is the corruption.
It's the destruction of our institutions.
Sure, but like you have to also understand that like Joe Biden is literally also doing that when he says there's a red line in Rafah And then people watch fucking decapitated babies come out of like the footage on the ground.
No, absolutely. No, I know that, and I think the Democrats are also not they're fuck. What was I gonna say? God,
Biden literally is doing a worse job than Donald Trump.
Cut me off before my thought could get through.
Biden's doing a worse job than Donald Trump on showing that America, given the circumstances,
they're not focusing enough on young people, and they're not listening to young people, and they're losing young people. And interviews like this, where Trump is going directly at that demographic, the Republicans see blood in the water, and they're going right for the fucking jugular. The Democrats are hemorrhaging young people. Young voters, because they don't believe
there is that too.
They don't believe that their cries for the things to the ceasefire in Israel and things like that. They don't believe that to be as significant as it is, and they believe that they think that at the end of the day, these voters are just going to vote blue and give up. But in reality, I think they're going to be surprised that a lot of these people are not going to vote.
Yeah, because
vote for the other side.
Voting takes time. It's annoying. It's a nuisance in this country. It's not simplified. It's not easy. It's not even on a fucking federal holiday for obvious reasons. That reason is voter suppression. That is an active voter suppression policy to not have compulsory voting, to not allow voting to occur in the easiest way possible. That is by design. So the Democratic Party right now is already, or has historically had, this hurdle that they must clear. Felix Biederman has an opinion on this matter that I agree with. He thinks that the Democratic Party is now relying on the voter suppression instead of fixing the situation. Because when you look at the demographics of the suburban voters, the white educated voters that have historically been the foundational, the bulwark of the Republican Party, white voters across the board, across every fucking spectrum, across every demographic, a lot of those white educated voters who are wealthy and will vote reliably are switching over to the Democratic Party. So this creates a unique predicament, a unique situation for the Democratic Party where they think, oh yeah, we are now going to be the fucking party that takes advantage of voter suppression and lower vote turnout.
Well, I think the Democrats don't understand that a lot of young people are jaded by the political process and they don't see change. And so there's almost like a sense of like rebellion amongst young people that have like sort of like a scorched earth mentality that like, yeah, the other guy is worse, but fuck it. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom before you actually get some change. And so that's why I feel like the Democrats don't understand that there's a very large percentage of their voter base that just kind of wants to burn it to the ground, and they need to address those people or they will lose them. And it's not good enough to just say the other guy is worse.
Yeah, that's not enough.
It's not enough because
this is the fundamental.
You know how I vote. I vote blue down the ballot. I don't give a shit.
This is the fundamental problem that the Democratic Party has, that they just basically rely on people voting, lesser evil voting. And it is very frustrating because like they just completely cast aside the notion that like people are supposed to vote for something. You're supposed to win my vote. You're not supposed to take it for fucking granted and then complain when I don't vote for you.
That's the other thing.
In a country where the fucking plurality historically doesn't vote.
Yeah.
The plurality of the voter eligible population does not vote for a multitude of different reasons. Obviously, one being the Electoral College, because people think like, oh, well, there's no popular vote. It doesn't fucking matter if I vote. If I'm in California, it's going to go blue. If I'm in a state that's like deep red, if I'm in Missouri, it's going to go red. There's nothing changing that. Why the fuck should I vote? That's one of the major reasons as to why the plurality doesn't vote. That could change as well. We could make this process more democratic. Of course, no one is going to do it. Congress is constantly in a state of gridlock, and neither party is actually interested in changing that process.
The rhetoric that says that if you don't vote for Biden, you are the problem. You are going to be the reason at which we elect Donald Trump is only pushing that voter demographic further away and only pissing them off and only pushing them further down into the rebellion and desire to say fuck you. So like it doesn't work. That method doesn't work. And I was talking to my some older liberal people in my family, And again, I'm pretty liberal myself, but I was trying to explain that rhetoric, because the person in my family was like talking about how like, man, if Trump wins, it's going to be because of these people. And I said, you have to understand something, that these are, whether you think that or not, that's not the way to approach this particular issue. It's not going to work. So like, it's just not going to work. It doesn't work. The rhetoric doesn't work.
Yeah. And it didn't work in 2016, which is precisely the reason why I thought the Democratic Party would like learn from that failure. And nope, boy, did they not learn from that failure, because they rely on not learning from that failure. That is how the modern Democratic Party operates. If they were to take a deep breath and reassess, then obviously they would have to change things. And if they change things, then they would no longer be the fucking the other side of the corporate oligarch coin, the corporate oligarch backed, controlled opposition party that they are. And if they were to fucking, they would no longer be able to get like mainstream media support in the way that they do. They would no longer be able to get the donors that they need to win elections, because money is obviously the most important part of this process. The side that has more money backing them almost always wins, like 98% of elections since the Citizens United decision. The side with more money wins always and forever. That's how it is. That's how Latimer in Jamal Bowman's district is currently defeating Jamal Bowman. Why? Because tons of money, millions, tens of millions of dollars have been dumped in this fucking primary by AIPAC and AIPAC subsidiaries for Jamal Bowman's, I guess, crime for being honest about something that the overwhelming majority of Americans also recognize, which is that Israel is doing really fucking violent shit in Gaza, and it has to be put an end to.
You know, the other thing that Democrats obviously need dramatic policy shift, but you know what else we need? We need somebody fucking cool. I'm sick and tired. Like, why Democrats are always so fucking lame? Like, why can't we have some fucking cool people running for as Democrats? They're just lame asses, like dorks. We need cool ass people like Gavin fucking Newsom.
Gavin Newsom's not cool either.
But we need cool Democrats. Policy shift and cool Democrats. All right, like cool ass, like swagged out, like, you know, somebody like Obama. Right? We need somebody with charisma to run for the Democratic ticket. All right, that's what we need. Right? Or that one guy from Chicago, Illinois, the governor of Illinois,
Pritzker.
Pritzker's
somebody
like
dope.
that. Somebody that's lovable, JB Pritzker, right? Somebody like that. We need to run for the Democratic Party. We need life.
This looks amazing. I wish it was real, but it's not. They wouldn't do something so bold and brave. Yeah, it would be nice if there was someone under the age of 70 too. But like, not someone lame as fuck like Pete Buttigieg.
No. Look, I love Pete Buttigieg. I know it's Pride.
Love Pete Buttigieg
because he's gay. I love gay people. And
man,
it's Pride Month.
No, fuck
and
that.
I'm sorry, Pete, but he doesn't have a lot of charisma.
No, he is a fucking wet blanket, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
He just sucks.
Right?
Being Reddit trench fighter,
Fucking
it's clear
shitting
the
on
only strategy offered to DNC shills is, I guess you don't care about minorities. If you don't vote, then why would they cater to you? They don't realize the way of talking is pushing people further away. No, it's really funny because you want to know something really sad. Normally, one of the introductory basic things that a campaign is supposed to do is give talking points to their grassroots operators, to the people who are fighting in the trenches. And the Biden campaign hasn't even done that this time around. That is what is so fucking crazy.
They're not fighting in the trenches?
No. There are people that are trying to
I haven't been invited to Phone Bank yet.
There are,
which is shocking.
No, that's what I mean. Brother.
I haven't been asked
you don't
to
understand.
Phone Bank.
They are not even giving adequate talking points for the people who want to genuinely defend the Democratic Party in this upcoming election. That's what's crazy. They don't have fucking policy on their websites. They have no talking points. How the fuck are they? What are you doing? Like, that is such a clear indication that the entire wonk apparatus is just completely freestyling. They're asleep on the wheel. They're drunk driving and asleep on the wheel at the same fucking time. Look at this. JoeBiden.com. Where are the issues? Oh, it's non-existent. They just are asking for you to donate. That's it. Shut the fuck up and give us your money. How insane. The fact that Trump looks like a good guy on TikTok is insane.
That's the problem. See what I mean? I tell you what, Hasan, don't underestimate this particular clip.
No, I'm not. I'm not underestimating it.
It does things to people. The way Trump looks, he looks relatable. He looks personable. It's bad. It's bad. It's very bad. Because a lot of people, that's the only thing you've seen of Trump.